New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Loudon, New Hampshire, and you are there with Mike Mulhern for MikeMulhern.net. Edward Armoro used to sit in the chair and watch the events of the world unfold. We don't get to do that very often, so while we have a chance to sit down, we will. Round two of the chase, round one. Well, I'm glad my boat didn't have a hole in it. It was wet up there in Chicago. Tony Stewart won, and I got to admit, the Chicago race, the Chicago 400 just didn't float my boat. Gas mileage race, another gas mileage race. How many gas mileage races have we had this season? It seems like every other race since Charlotte in May has been a gas mileage finish with guys running out of gas, and the last man standing, well, it was Tony Stewart this time. Jimmy Johnson, Beaton, Matt Kenseth really ticked off. Beaton had the car to beat down the stretch, ran out of gas. Kyle Busch, problems, ran out of gas. Jeff Gordon ran out of gas. What kind of sport is this? Is this entertainment, or is this a fuel mileage run? I'm not so sure. I like the way things are going right now. We've got to figure out if we can get a better race out of Loudon. Round two of the chase, which used to be round one of the chase, and remember last year, Tony Stewart gambled on gas just like he did last Monday at Chicagoland and ran out of gas. Here, his chase chances were all but over. With the new point standing, he's not quite sure how that's going to play out, but I know that Denny Hamlin, whoa, bad day at Black Rock. Three laps down, and stick a fork at him. I think he's toasting this championship race. Been a bad season for him. Jeff Gordon didn't have a very good finish. Kyle Busch didn't have a very good finish. Matt Kenseth didn't have a very good finish. Those four guys, I don't know if they can dig themselves out of the hole or not. Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick, 1-2 in the standings right now. Kevin's on top. Kevin looks to me like turning loose of KHI, Kevin Harvick Incorporated, might have been good medicine. But he had a bad 4 months over the summer, and I don't know if 2 or 3 good weeks is going to be enough to sustain him through the chase. We'll have to see how things go on that. Not quite sure. But we're going to be at Loudon for round two, and it's a tight track. Long straightaways, need horsepower to get up off the corners, need brakes to get into the corners. It's hard to pass. Track position means an awful lot. This is where RyanNewman, the guy who won in July, calls the birthplace of track position as a strategy in NASCAR. I don't know if I'd go that far, but track position is very important here. 2 tire stops, 4 tire stops. The tires don't give up. You don't get much forward bite off the corners either. So tires are an issue, not because they wear out, but because they don't wear out. Cars are slipping and sliding into each other, and if you're on the outside, well, hello walls. You know how that goes. Remember Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch? Hope they don't have to get into it again here, but I hope something happens. I tell you, the Chicago race wasn't very exciting. It's an opener to the playoffs. We need a little more excitement here. Kurt Busch, come to think of it, he was out in Kansas City yesterday, dishing up barbecue, trying to promote the chase race out there. NASCAR's got these guys going all over the country to promote the chase. Now, if they can just produce something on Sunday, and I'm hoping that, well, might rain up till Sunday. Friday and Saturday, doesn't look too good up here. You know, the equinoxes and all that. Might not need a boat on Sunday, but it's probably going to be overcast. That's the way you get it up here in the mountains. The mountains of New Hampshire. Mike Mulhern for MikeMulhern.net, and some guys got a lot of catching up to do already in the NASCAR chase for the Sprint Cup. Mike Mulhern for MikeMulhern.net. New Hampshire Motor Speedway.